Hello everyone, it's Jamal Thomas. I'm not going to say progressive soapbox for this one because this is not about politics. I am going to be giving chess lessons. It's either going to be the tutorials for kids or it's going to be for adults. Either one is perfectly okay. I would say up to a strength of maybe 1700. My rating currently is like at 19 something. I had a rough tournament. I think it's like 1960 something. So I would say 1700 is probably a fair point where the person can really get something out of the training and get something out of the teaching. This can be expressed in a few ways. So one way can be bringing games that the person has played, meaning somebody has a game, they want to get an analysis of that game by somebody who's stronger. That's one way of going about it. The other way of going about it is playing a series of blitz games with the best of the games being up for analysis. So let's say 45 minutes where we're playing blitz, and then the last 15 minutes is analyzing the games that the person thinks are the best games, or the game that the person thinks is the best. The last one is probably analyzing a slow game, let's say playing like a 20-minute game and analyzing that particular game. These are not hard and fixed, meaning we can probably come to some arrangement in regards to what's being offered and how the lesson is being done. This is going to be done either through Skype, Google Hangout. If the person lives in Richmond, fair game. We can meet up somewhere and we can and play and teach. Well, we can play and learn and teach and so forth. I used to do this. I enjoyed this when I used to do this. I used to teach at one of the schools. Used to teach kids. It was like a class, though. It was like a large class. You have a bunch of kids running around the place and you're trying to cajole them or trying to bring them down to play chess. It was easier to teach adults. But kids, adults, teenagers, doesn't necessarily matter. Schools are perfectly okay also, meaning if it's like a high school or middle school. Elementary becomes a little bit more difficult just because it's not the easiest thing in the world to kind of to hold a chess class with kids without having parents there or a teacher there to help out with it. Not against it, it's just a little bit more difficult to do. But if anyone, I don't necessarily know how many of my viewers are interested in this, but I'm just putting it out there just so people would know. If anyone is interested in lessons, if anyone is interested in lessons in playing, that's one of the other ones. I'm going to put at the bottom of this video my contact information in addition to the rates and everything else and what's being offered. So if you're interested, let me know. And I think that's everything. Teaching chess, if you're interested, kids, adults, etc., etc. Including the basics, by the way. Like, if it's one of those situations where a person wants to learn from scratch, that's also perfectly okay. I taught my wife from scratch, so that's perfectly fine. And many of the kids who I taught also, many of those kids did not know how to do squat. They had to learn from scratch. So anyone who's interested in getting better at chess, anyone who's interested in learning how to play chess, anyone who's interested in getting their games analyzed by somebody who's probably a bit stronger than they are, anybody who's interested in playing with analysis on the games that they've played, let me know. Let me know. My email, of course, is always below if you want to send in inquiries. But like I said, there's going to be a Facebook page below at the bottom of this that gives a little bit more information. So I will end it here. All right, guys. Have a good night.